In a bombed out room in Belfast, a young boy is crying. He's alone and he don't understand how the teachings of one book, built on love and understanding, could cause the hurt and killing in his land. In an old part of Jerusalem, two children are playing. They run and laugh the way that it should be. But one will wear the star and one will wear the crescent. They'll grow up and change from friends to enemies, but we are one.
Hello, our dear viewers on TV and listeners on radio. We are pleased to come your way again with another edition of the program Peace, Unity and Security Education. It is a program being brought to you courtesy of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'I community in Nigeria in collaboration with the Foundation for Peace and Security Education, FOPSE. For those who are just following the program for the first time, it is a program aimed at conscientizing the citizenry towards imbibing the moral and spiritual virtues of love, peace, unity, public trust, accountability, probity, service to humanity, and to enthrone a society where fairness and justice reign supreme. Our topic in this edition is on the role of the Baha'I faith in promoting unity and good character. I am Ene Okon, and our guest remains retired Commissioner of Police, Barrister Lawrence Alobi. Barrister Alobi is the chairman of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'I community in Nigeria. He will be leading us in prayer to start the program. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Let's prompt a prayer for unity, revealed by Baha'u'llah himself. Let us pray. Oh my God, you know the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily, thou art their helper and their Lord.
Okay, thanks for the prayer. Before we go into the topic proper, for the benefit of those who are just following the program for the first time, tell us what the Baha'I faith is all about.
The Baha'i faith is a new divine religion revealed to mankind through Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith. Baha'u'llah means the glory of God. We believe that Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith, has come to establish world peace and unity. His teachings, the teachings of Baha'u'llah, Baha'u'llah given the means and the framework which we can establish world peace and one. One is that the oneness of God. That God is one, whether you call him Allah, call him Chukwu, call him Olong, call him Abasi, or Jehovah, it is the same one God. The creator of heaven and earth, the all seeing God, the all knowing God. And God created the heaven and earth out of love. And then Baha'u'llah says, mankind is the oneness of mankind, that mankind is one family, from one stock, from one source, created by God himself. And that we are all children of one creator, that mankind is one. Whether you are that issue of black or white, God is a God of beauty. That's just like a garden, for instance. If you have only one color of flower, it does not radiate any beauty. We have different colors. You see different colors, so that we have black and white and so forth. Doesn't mean that we are different. We are one human family. Baha'u'llah says also that religion is one, that all religions came from God. And all religions are meant to reveal the truth, divine truth to mankind, to guide mankind. And again, Baha'u'llah said, and I read, he said, God's purpose in sending his prophets unto men is twofold. The first is to liberate the children of men from the darkness of ignorance and guide them to the light of true understanding. The second is to ensure the peace and tranquility of mankind and provide all the means by which they can be this peace can be established. You see, Bible has given us the means and the framework which can establish world peace and world unity. And that's the primary purpose. Bible says the well-being of mankind is peace and unity is unattainable until unity is firmly established. Unity is key. Unity is useful in the sense of oneness, sense of belonging. Like if every human being, if we all adhere or heed to the principle of the oneness of God, oneness of mankind, that the oneness of mankind which Bible has propounded, they will not see any difference between whether you are black or white. You don't see whether you are a particular ethnic group or a particular religious group. You see every human being as a child of God. And for you to show, if you love God, you have to love His creature. If you love God, you have to love His fellow human beings. So Bible says that we should love one another, and that religion is meant to promote that spirit of love and unity. So unity is meant to promote better understanding. Get people get well bonded. When there's unity, there will be less conflict. When there's unity, there will be better spirit of cooperation and collaboration. There will be no contention or rivalry, because you believe they are working towards achieving the same betterment of one another. The peace of one another, the happiness of one another should be our concern. So Baha'u'llah says that every human being should be concerned with the betterment of the good of others. Selfless service and sacrifice. We sacrifice for the good of others, and it's only through religion they can acquire these attributes and virtues. So religions are revealed to mankind based on man's capacity to understand. Like I said earlier, if you are a child who is sent to primary school, he learns letter A, B, C, D, and in the infant level, and he moves to the next class. It uses letter A, B to spell P-O-T, pot. From there, he becomes used to do science. In secondary school, do science and chemistry. Go to university to do professional courses and so forth. He has not thrown the letters A, B, C, D. And each teacher that is teaching a particular class wants you to progress, to go to the next class. I prepare to go to the next class. So also the messenger of God. Each messenger of God prepares us for the coming of the next messenger of God. That's why we believe in what they call progressive revelation. And God reveals to mankind progressively, based on man's capacity to understand and based on man's needs.
All right, okay. Now talking about the principle, one of the cardinal principles of Baha'í faith is the oneness of mankind. How does this principle relate to what is happening in the world today?
You see, COVID-19 has come to show to mankind. Bible says the world is by one country, the world is by one country, mankind are its citizens. We have only one planet, the unity in creation. You see, everybody that global universal consciousness, mankind come down to realize that they will need to come together, they need to be united. Our strength is based on unity in action. Everybody now, every nation is no longer concerned about armament, not concerned about, well, I'm more powerful than this and so forth. Everybody now look at the need for cooperation and collaboration. Interdependency. How to see? Look at now, for instance, the needy are being provided with palliative and so forth. So the world has now become to know that their world is by one country, mankind are citizens. So the oneness of mankind, COVID-19 has come to show that we're all from God. We all need each other, and we all come from one family. We are one family. So mankind is one, and the whole planet is from one planet, and mankind are its citizens. So that the needs of one is if the happiness of one is the happiness of the other. And for instance, this virus started in China, which has engulfed the whole world, and the whole nations everybody is now trying to think how to solve the problem. It is now concerned with integration, not disintegration. Nobody concerned about we are not talking about fragmentation, thinking about how come united interdependency, cooperation and collaboration, not rivalry. So everybody, all nations in the world are now concerned how to come together to solve the problem of the pandemic. So that's unity in action, and unity in action is based on when we all have that global universal consciousness that mankind is one, and that we should all work for the betterment of the humanity, and that cannot be attained. The betterment of the world cannot be attained through, Baha'u'llah says, through pure and commendable deeds. Community conduct. When you have that good conduct, you have the fear of God in you. You have those attributes of God in you. You don't want to harm another person. You want to contribute towards the betterment, the happiness of some other person. You don't want to be selfish, because those selfish, when any human being is concerned, allow his material nature to dominate his life. You see, it becomes beastly, becomes greedy, becomes violent, becomes ambitious, becomes corrupt. But when you allow your spiritual nature to develop your life, good character, you have the fear of God, you are honest, you are compassionate, you are humble, You want to contribute. You want to render service. You see, service gives you joy, not so because of the salary you are being paid. Then through service you are contributing as a human being. Through service you are contributing towards the betterment of the world. So these are the teachings that have shown that mankind is one family and came from one creator. So the best thing for mankind is to unite. Because unity is key and central. Bible says the well-being of mankind is peace and unity is unattainable until unity is firmly established. And unity comes with that consciousness. We know that we are one and we should be working for the betterment of each other.
Now, like Rachel said, the world is united today to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic. How helpful will this united front be if mankind, how helpful can this united front be if applied to other spheres of human life?
You see, like I said, what Baha'u'llah said, the well-being of mankind is peace and unity is unattainable until unity is firmly established. When there's unity, there's greater strength. When there's unity, things are done in easier. When we extend this unity to all aspects of human life, in politics, in social economic life, you will not be thinking about the selfish interest of being to cheat. If you cheat, nature cheats you. When we adopt this Baha'I principle, which Baha'u'llah has given to us, this framework, this means, apply them in private and public life, so that we bring about world peace and world unity. There will be a better place for all of us. That's when Christ said in his Lord's Prayer, Thy kingdom come, the kingdom will be established on earth. When there be world peace and world unity. You know, what is happening today when it's a God's plan is being unfolded. God wants mankind to know that a time has come when man has to turn unto God. Because what is happening now is because mankind has been heedless, mankind refused to accept the things which are sent to us to mankind. And the only way that will be true happiness is based on man obeying the laws of God and accepting submission to the teachings of God and will of God. That way man gains true happiness and true prosperity. So if mankind apply unity, an honest mode of life, religious unity, all religions are one. All religions came from one source. If you look at even the genealogy of the Islam, for instance, and the Christianity, Ishmael and Isaac are from the same parent, the same father. But today, you see Christians and they're not supposed to be so. Christ, Baha'u'llah said, religion is meant to unite the world. All religions to work one common. That's what Baha'u'llah talk about the oneness of religion. All religion come from God, and all should consult to the spirit of love and unity and fellowship. There should be no crisis, no contention. That if any religion that promotes contention and strife, it becomes an irreligion, no longer a religion. So if unity is applied in all spheres of human life, there will be a better place. Both they'll be heaven on earth. That we can have the paradise on earth. When everybody sees each other and praise that every other human being is his brother and sister, and I should work for the betterment of that other person. And the happiness of others should be our concern. Our primary concern, dominating concern or interest, should be the betterment of the other, the happiness of the other. When that is selfless service and contribute towards the betterment of the world. In fact, one good character, one good virtue which the Baha'i faith emphasizes, Baha'u'llah emphasizes, is service. Service to God, service to mankind is service to God. You will never see God to serve God. You serve God by serving humanity. When you serve humanity, even when Christ said that, ask him when you say you were hungry, we didn't give you when. He said, those are my brethren. Those are brethren that you deprive of this, you are depriving me. So when we provide for our fellow human beings, when we care for our fellow human beings, when we show love to our fellow human beings, when we live in peace and unity, we are promoting a better world. So that's the ultimate for mankind. That's what the world will evolve into. That's what Baha'u'llah talk about. The Baha'i talk about the greater peace. The lesser peace. Now we have lesser peace. The greater peace will come, where mankind will come to realize that we need to work for the betterment of each other, for the happiness of one another, and that is when we all imbibe the good character.
Okay, we'll take a short break now. When we return, the program continues. Stay tuned. Welcome back from that short interlude. If you're just tuning in, the program is Peace, Unity, and Security Education. Program being brought to you courtesy of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'I community in Nigeria in collaboration with the Foundation for Peace and Security Education, FOPSE. The topic has been the role of the Baha'I faith in promoting unity and good character. And our guest has been retired Commissioner of Police, Barrister Lawrence Alobi. For questions, comments, or contribution to the program, send WhatsApp or text message to 09060994122 or 08072223269. The numbers again are 09060994122 or 08072223969. Again, 09060994122 or 08072223269. You can also find out more about the Baha'I faith when you Google www.bahai.org. Again, the website is www.bahai.org. You can also visit Baha'I Center at plot 9443 Crescent, opposite Candlestick Foundational School, Gwarimpa. Again, the address is plot 9443 Crescent, opposite Candlestick Foundational School, Gwarimpa. Or you can also visit Baha'I Center in Zauda, immediately after Angus Filling Station, after Dede Building Material Market, along Gwagwa Dede Road. Again, Baha'I Center in Zauda is almost opposite Angus Filling Station, after Dede Building Material Market, along Dede Gwagwa Road. All right, sir. You were talking about good character. So, how does the Baha'i faith, promote? What role does Baha'i faith play in promoting good character in the citizenry?
Let me tell you what Abdul Baha said. Abdul Baha said, and I quote: "The purpose of religion is the acquisition of praiseworthy virtues, the betterment of morals, the spiritual development of mankind, the real life and divine bestowals. All the prophets have been promoters of these principles. None of them has been the promoter of corruption, vice, or evil." Aduba also said, the most vital duty is to purify your conduct, to correct your manners, to improve your conduct, to be the beloved of the merciful must show forth such character and conduct among his creatures, that the fragrance of their holiness may be shared upon the whole world, and may quicken the dead, inasmuch as the purpose of the mention of God and the dawning of the limitless light of the invisible is to educate the souls of men and refine the character of every living man. That's what Abdu'l-Baha said. Abdu'l-Baha also said, this is the duty which is incumbent upon people of Baha, to strive with the utmost patience and forbearance to guide the people of the world to the most great horizon. Everybody calleth aloud for a soul. Heavenly souls must needs quicken with the breath of with the word of God, the dead bodies with the fresh spirit. So therefore, Abdu'l-Baha is saying that all Baha'is must ensure that they teach the faith, because like I said, the true religion that mankind invent himself, that mankind discovers himself, mankind discovers the purpose of life, to know God and attain His presence, and can only attain the presence of God when you have been inculcated with the virtues and attributes of God, and it can only happen through religion. The spiritual moral education which you get through religion is one that will quicken our soul, one that will draw us closer to God, one that will promote peace and unity. When we know that that is ultimate, not question of prosperity, not breakthrough, Because, like I said, we're in this world, we're here on a journey of life. We shall want to leave this mortal world and our soul. The difference between the soul, the difference between the human being and the animal. A lion is a very big, strong animal, but it hasn't got a soul. But the human being, however small, he has a soul. And when you leave this mortal world, when you leave this mortal world and after death, the soul go back to the Creator, and the soul will have a brief sojourn depending on the life he has lived here. Live a good character. You live to serve God, serve humanity. You do submission to the will of God. You obey the things of God sent to you in the age you live. These are the things that will actually determine how blissful your journey is going to be back to your Creator and how happy you'll be in the next world. So the Baha'i faith teaches us that the most important thing in life is to acquire virtues. That's the purpose of life. And that religion is meant to promote the betterment of the world, and religion is meant to liberate from the ignorance of darkness, liberated from ignorance of darkness and materialism, to know a true understanding and purpose of life.
Okay, now one of the cardinal principles of the Baha'i faith is universal compulsory education for all. How does this principle help to promote good character?
You see, knowledge, when they say, like I said, purpose of religion to liberate man from ignorance, the bondage of ignorance. When you're ignorant, you don't do things without minding. You don't think of the consequence because you're ignorant. You don't know the consequence of your action. But when you're given knowledge to guide your actions, to guide your conduct, to refine conduct. Like the knowledge of God, teachings of God are meant to liberate us from that animal nature in us. They said to subdue the animal nature in us and the spiritual nature in us. When they say God created man in his image and likeness, the image of God in us is true, can only be inculcated, can only be achieved through these teachings of God. And today Baha'u'llah is a manifestation of God who has brought these teachings. And if mankind for the teachings of God and heed to his teachings, the world will be a better place. And in that case, the education is meant to liberate man from ignorance. And when people are not educated, they are limited. Education builds a capacity, and when you have capacity, you can contribute. Education in terms of not only scientific knowledge, also moral knowledge, spiritual knowledge that will guide man to know that this life is meant to contribute towards the progress of happiness of others, not only to your own selfish progress. So education is very key. Education makes you to know that you have a duty to contribute. Because if you don't have it, without education, you don't think about yourself. But the future education is to know that the world is by one country, mankind and citizens. And the betterment of the world can only be achieved when every human being contributes towards peace and unity, contributes towards the betterment of the world. And know that the happiness of one or the other is also our own happiness.
All right. In the last edition, we talked about rights and obligation, and we had a response from one Wilfred Ekawu saying that even those that are educated are found, being on the other side of the law, breaking the law, forgetting that they have the right. It is incumbent on them to respect, to obey the laws. Those that are educated are also found, wanting in this aspect of rights and obligation. So what will be? Because
they lack that spiritual education. The true liberty, true happiness is based on your submission to the law, submission to the laws of God, laws of the land. The law is there to protect you. Law is a means of achieving your right. It's not a hindrance. It does not restrict your right. It is the way you obey the law. Your rights are being granted. But when you break the law, you cannot. He wants equity, but must do equity. Every good equity in clean hands. You see, it's unfortunate that some even big men in this country, in the name of big men, they don't obey the law. It's sad. When I was a commissioner of police in FCT, one night about 8 p.m., I was driving around area 10. I got to traffic light. For me, I have to obey the law. I stopped when it was red. One jeep just came and zoomed. I pursued the jeep. I stopped him. I brought my pistol. I said, "You're under arrest. Why should you break traffic light?" Behold, he was a deputy governor. He said, "Commissioner, I know you. I'm sorry." So you have to obey the law. So the leadership is by example. Our leaders out of ignorance. You are becoming a big man does not bring that you should not obey the law. You are even there by the laws of the law. You are elected based on the law. You are elected to be a president, a governor, a senator, based on the laws of the electoral law. And if you now break that law, then how can the law protect you? So it is based on ignorance. Why religion is meant to liberate us from that body of ignorance.
All right, okay. Our time is fast spent, and that's the much we can take in today's edition of the program, Peace, Unity, and Security Education. But before we go, let us pray.
This is a prayer for assistance, revealed by Baha'I. Let us pray. O thou kind Lord, we are servants of thy treasure, taking shelter at thy holy door. We seek no refuge, save this strong pillar, turn to nowhere for heaven, but unto thy safekeeping. Protect us, bless us, support us, make us such that we shall love thy good pleasure, utter only thy praise, and for the pathway of truth, that we be commissioned not to despair with us, save thee, and receive thy gift from the sea of thy beneficence. That we may ever strive to exalt thy cause and to spread thy sweet favor far and wide. That we may become believers of self, and occupy only with thee, and disown all else and be caught up in thee. O thou provider, O thou forgiver, grant us thy grace and loving kindness, thy gift and thy bestow, and sustain thou may attain our goal. Thou the powerful, the able, the knower, the seer, and very thou the generous, and very thou the all merciful, and very thou the ever forgiving. He to whom repentance is due, he will forgive the most grievous of sins. This prayer was revealed by Baha'I.
All right. Thanks for being with us. See you same time next week. God bless you all.
In a bombed out room in Belfast, a young boy is crying. He's alone and he don't understand how the teachings of one book, built on love and understanding, could cause the hurt and killing in his land. In an old part of Jerusalem, two children are playing. They run and laugh the way that it should be.